Hey, what's up guys? I want to make a quick introduction to this video for a couple different reasons. One, my buddy Brandon Wells has just made a new tank top. It's the Bodybuilder Nutrition Facts design that he was the creator of. It was originally on a shirt, but now we have it on, or he has it on a tank top. So you can check this out. It's actually a very good fit, and I'm probably going to make some LOA shirts with the same type of tank top that this is. I really like it. This is like Gymshark status. So I really enjoy it. And here's a good visual if you are interested in this tank top. Okay, I'll include a link in the description box, guys, of where you can purchase this. So just click that; it'll be the top link. I also want to give you a quick warning. This is like a 9 or 10 minute video where I'm just kind of ranting on my personal training styles. I'm ranting, not really ranting, but just kind of discussing and thinking out loud about how I trained in my last cycle and how I want to train in this next 3 or 4 week training block. I also make references to Smolov and Smolov Jr. And basically, if you're not really interested in how I train personally, and if you haven't been watching how I have been training in the past through my training vlogs, this video will be either uninteresting to you, or it may be just go way over your head and you're not going to know anything that I'm talking about. So, if anything you got from this intro, this long intro, check out this cool tank top that my buddy Brandon made. Bodybuilder Nutrition Facts, serving size 1, training session, servings per year, 365 calories, all of them, total strength. Anyways, you can read the rest on the website. And yeah, if you guys have been watching my stuff, if you're interested, watch this video. If you're kind of new, there's no advice in this video, trust me. This is just me in my training vlog. So, yeah. So I just finished my deload week, which concluded my previous training cycle. Entering a new training cycle now, trying to decide if I am adding another week of lifting to this training cycle, and also maybe even playing with slightly different percentages. For those of you guys know, or for those of you who know the Smolov program as well as the Smolov Junior program, you have different numbers that you're playing with, ranging from 70 to 85% of a training max. And the main difference is one of them goes, and starting at 70 to 75 to 80 to 85, one of them is 4 sets of 9, 5 sets of 7, 7 sets of 5, 10 sets of 3. The other one goes 6 by 6, 7 by 5, 8 by 4, 10 by 3. You end up with the same 10 by 3, but the days leading up to that are just slightly different in terms of the sets and reps. You're working with the same percentages, just slightly different sets and reps. Okay, so if you're still watching this, I assume that you're both interested and you are aware of how I've been training. One thing is that you may not have seen what Smolov Jr. looks like. It's really similar to regular Smolov. Smolov Jr. right here, in terms of the sets, reps, percentages are the same, but here you can see that the 6 by 6 is with 70%, the 7 by 5 is with 75%, and so on. Normally this is a 4-day per week squat workout program where you're squatting on these days this many times per week with these percentages, these sets, these reps. What I've done is I've taken the sets and reps and the percentages and have applied them over a span of like 4 weeks. I cover these workouts for my OHP over the span of 4 weeks instead of these 4 workouts in 1 week. So yeah, it's much different than Smolov or Smolov Jr., but it's something I really enjoy. Since I also like to train like a bodybuilder and do back work, arm work, and all these other things. So, and if you were to look at it, the one that goes by 6 by 6, 7 by 5, 8 by 4, 10 by 3. Other than the 10 by 3 day, the workouts would probably be easier to get through, working off of the same training maxes. So I'm trying to decide if I want to go this route or that route. One reason why I do like the route I was on is that if I was going to do the 9s, 7s, 5s, 3s, those workouts are tough as hell. They are extremely tough. I was just doing the 7s, 5s, and 3s. You're working with the training maxes with the percentages you're working with the 7s, 5s, and 3s. It's more difficult. I guess the other thing with, and you'd be hitting 9s 4 sets of 9 at 70%. But with the 6-5-4 threes, it's a little bit easier, I guess. You're also only training within the 6 to 3 rep range. So that's another thing to consider. Whereas with the other one, we were working with 7s and 9s. But the thing is, you're working with the same training maxes. So if you're trying to look at it in terms of how it'll affect your strength, it'll be similar in terms of the percentages. The volumes, though, are just slightly different. They're slightly different. So I think for those who notice that their reps are like pretty grindy and you're working at like too high RPEs, perhaps you could try out the 6-5-4s and 3s, and that's perhaps one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to try out the 6-5s, 4s, and 3s. I noticed that especially on the 5s week, like every set feels like RPE 9, which I feel like I only have 1 rep left in the tank. Every set was like RPE 9, or even slightly higher. And that made my 10 sets of 3s week just crazy difficult for all across the board. I guess a different way to kind of switch things up would be to program things slightly differently, and to kind of have a more balanced, I guess you could say, more balanced, like entering each workout kind of more balanced. Basically by starting off the week with the overhead press and doing the say 5, 9, 7s, 3s throughout the training. But the bench press, you're doing the 7s and then the 9s and the 3s and the 5s, and the squat a different order, and then the deadlift a different order. It'd be kind of switching it up, so to speak. Within the same training period, you'd be getting the same work done, but that would kind of change the freshness that you enter your 3s in, or your 5s in, or your 7s in, and I don't know. I'm trying to decide which route I want to take. So as you know, like you can tell from all this, there's so many different ways to program your training, and it's really helpful to kind of once in a while experiment, but also to find something that's working for you and kind of milk it. So that's also another reason why a good part of me wants to keep on doing what I have been doing. I've ran 7s, 5s, 3s for the last 2 training cycles, and it's been great. Entering a new one, and I know I'm talking a lot right now, probably speed this up and get my ass in the gym. So I'm about to raise my training maxes and possibly do a 4-week, or like I guess you could call it a week, a 4-week training cycle with 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s. And then maybe the training cycle after that I'll do 9s, 7s, 5s, 3s. So we'll kind of see. What I do know is that the 9s, 7s, 5s, 3s is difficult, and I think if I was going to do that, I would raise my training maxes by less than what I have been. If I was going to go from there to there, I definitely have. I think I could raise my training maxes the normal 10 per squat and dead, and then 5 per bench and OHP. So we'll see. I'm pretty much going to make this decision on the way from here to the gym. So I have about 15 minutes to decide whether I'm doing 4 sets of 9 at 70% or 6 sets of 6 at 70%. And that's the comparison right there. You could tell just right off the bat that for those of you who worked with percentages, 4 sets of 9 is going to be more difficult for you than 6 sets of 6. You do a set of 6 and you're like, holy shit, I had like 2 or 3, 4 more reps in the tank. Whereas that set of 9, you're probably thinking I had 1, maybe 1.5 rep left in the tank. And all sets are going to be similar or even more difficult, perhaps. But with the 6 sets of 6, you're you're probably working at a lower RPE throughout. It depends on you and how you put your training maxes, but with my 255 or 260 OHP training max, the 6 sets of 6 would definitely be easier than the 4 sets of 9. Even though I'm doing more sets, it would definitely be easier. I'd have to take longer rest periods. And the total volume is the same. Do the math. The total volume is the same. It's just that, yeah, I'd probably have to take longer rest periods since I'm working closer to an RPE 10 with the 4 sets of 9. Total time to complete the workouts, maybe slightly similar. It kind of depends on how I keep up the pace on the 6 sets of 6. So that's the dilemma. That's the choice I'm going to make on the way to the gym, whether it's 6 sets of 6 at 70% or the 4 sets of 9 at 70%. So these are some of the things that I play with in my training right now. It's just fun stuff to play with. I definitely think it's for those who like to strength train, who like lifting, you know, heavy weights or whatever. It's something for you to kind of experiment with. I definitely enjoy training based off these percentages and whatnot. I think I'll probably keep it up like this for a while. Since one of my main goals is to get my OHP pretty damn strong. So all right, let's get going now, right?